So yes, we're talking about some of these works, in terms of actually trying to find out more about the story that's linked to them, in terms of narratives. So there are many stories linked to this work. Okay. Let me just go. I'm not going to go in any orderly fashion. Okay. Let me just go. Okay? This particular work is called Ile-Ife, which means in Yoruba language that the earth is thinking. I think that work was produced in 2020, but I have been doing that work because there was something that triggered this thought in my mind. That the earth is about to kind of witness something that is, unprecedented, in the sense that, we then were encountered with the pandemic. Okay, that's the COVID-19 and all of that. So you can see that the earth here, it's not very happy. There's this blood, the red and the black, which is associated with some sort of trauma. So you can see the eyes of the earth, Ile-Ife. Okay, and actually this is produced with a particular media which is called terrachroma. Terrachroma is soil, soil, Ile-Ife, soil from the earth. It's something that is used together, mixed to actually use as a medium for this sort of interpretation. Okay, but also it's far more deeper than that in terms of the philosophies associated with it. Because when we start to use the medium of soil, what it actually means is that we're being encountered by the faces of the ancestors. The faces of the ancestors ní Erupe to the way he will go back to soil. When you think of it logically, human beings will actually transform. The transformation, ẹran ara yìí nígbà tó bá di ìgbà tí Olúwa ẹ̀ bá lọ sùn, ó máa di erùpẹ̀. So erùpẹ̀ yẹn náà la fi ń ṣiṣẹ́. So the erùpẹ̀ is actually now becomes the faces of the ancestor. Ojú àwọn irúnmọlẹ̀, ojú àwọn ènìyàn wa, ojú àwọn tó ti lọ, ojú àwọn òbí wa, ìyá wa, bàbá wa, àwọn náà tún padà wá tí wọ́n wá ń wò wá through this medium. Okay? So this is medium of soil, and so it's called Ile-Nronu. The earth is in, you know, is in a kind of meditation, okay? Because of the sort of trauma that is being experienced, okay? Okay? And then this actually also is something that is also is the same medium. And we call this Oju Ile. The faces. Basically, you're looking at the faces of the ancestors. You know? So you can see that they are all in different shapes, you know, and different sorts of interpretations. Okay? But the aim, okay, is for you to trigger your sense that this is something that is associated with the ancestors, something that is kind of questioning, don't be leery, you know, questioning your humanity somehow. Okay, how human are you? How human are you, actually, in terms of the situation we're facing here, you know, here in this country, Nigeria. Okay? How human are you? You know? Why do you think that you will not go back to the soil? Why do you think that you know, you're limited to this space? You know? So you see, when I start to think about corruption in this country, and I start to think of the inhumanity of man against man, it just makes me feel so sad, because we have problems, you know, in terms of our reasoning. You know, we're consumed by, you know, material gains, by the religion, and by trying to manipulate people. Basically, you know, the important thing is that people should live and let other people also live. Okay, and that means that you have to be human. Okay, try to be, you know, close to other people, because you're not the only one on this space. There are all other forms of, you know, spiritual entities that occupy this space, you know. Okay, so some of these works are associated with them, associated with the pantheon, you know, in terms of àwọn tí Olódùmarè dá, tí wọ́n dá níbi, you know, àkàndá ènìyàn, you know, people who are created by the Almighty, people who came from Olódùmarè, you know, we call Olódùmarè, that is referred to God, you know, because Olódùmarè is actually is very powerful, very powerful concept. Olódùmarè is all encompassing. You know? Olódùmarè is associated with creation, the creation of humanity. You know, the creation of the earth. You know, we walk on the earth. But also, it's also associated with the air we breathe. We are being animated. You know, the Olódùmarè actually resides inside of us. Olódùmarè is the spirit that lives inside us. Without Olódùmarè, we cannot talk. Without Olódùmarè, we cannot hear. Without Olódùmarè, we cannot see our religion. Without Olódùmarè, you know, nothing will be possible for us. Olódùmarè is that entity, you know, that you cannot actually quantify, all right? Because it's the earth, it's the water where you have so many legions on your knee, you know. So, now, okay, yes, this is also another terrachroma. This is actually, it's called Ọranyan. Ọranyan is one of the early primordial deities àwọn ọmọlẹ̀ tó kọ́kọ́ rọ̀ wá sílé ayé, tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n lágbára gan-an. A dẹ̀ ń gbọ́ pé irúnmọlẹ̀ yìí, actually, what inspired this, okay? What inspired this was that when I was relocated back to Nigeria, from the UK, from England, in 2016. And I was living in a place called Oranmiyan in Ile-Ife. But I was wondering what that was associated with, because I've heard of Oranmiyan before, about a deity. So I started to do my research. And then I found out that there was a shrine that is dedicated to Oranmiyan in that area. So we visited it one day, and it was amazing, to see what was there. So Oranmiyan, you see, I actually collected them from that shrine, the leaves, some of these seeds that I had never seen anywhere before. We decided to call the place the Garden of Eden, so-called Garden of Eden. Ilé ìtura, tí wọ́n gbin àwọn oríṣiríṣi nǹkan sí, ẹgbẹ́ wọn lè jókòó síbẹ̀, àtúnwá gbọ́ ń pẹ̀, because a rí pé wọ́n gbin orógbó méjì, orógbó ńlá méjì, wọ́n wá fi aṣọ funfun wọ́n fi wé aṣọ funfun yẹn. Wọ́n wá rò pé Ṣàngó lọ máa ń lògbó ní orógbó, but actually a gbọ́ pé Ọ̀rànfẹ̀ yìí as a primordial deity, ó ní ọmọ kan tó ń pè ní Ṣàngó, ó ní àwọn tó ń pọ̀ gan, ó dẹ̀ ti ń jẹ́ Ọ̀ọ̀ni Ifẹ̀. Ibi tá a wá lọ yẹn, that place that we went to was actually the site which is supposed to be the first palace of Ile-Ife, which is located in Ọ̀rànfẹ̀. It's a beautiful one. So this actually was inspired by that, So I call it Ọ̀rànfẹ̀ Onílé-Iná. That was my visitation, my visit to the shrine of of Ọ̀rànfẹ̀. Okay. Yes, so yeah. What should we look at again? This one here, this one. This is about the story of Oduduwa. Oduduwa is supposed to be the father of Yoruba, and we were informed in history, as one of the theories that we learned was that actually that there was a government which was here before Oduduwa. So there are so many obscurities in terms of trying to understand this narrative. So it's about the pantheon, but this one also nípa Oduduwa. We were told that Oduduwa descended into Ile-Ife. Here, this is supposed to be when he descended into Ile-Ife, and with him he had this Staff of Oranmiyan, a mantle. Okay, so this is like the descension, the descending, and then this is supposed to be the ritual in progress. A cockerel had to actually spread the earth, within the sea, to expand space. In terms of expansion, it can be the expansion of the Yoruba race, Oduduwa. So you see, as a something to do with Ife. But also we are also informed that the coming of Oduduwa. So this is it. Àwọn wọ́n rọ̀ wá lé ayé, Oduduwa jẹ́ ọ̀kan nínú wọn. Okay? So àtẹ̀wọ̀nrọ̀. So you see, this is just a narrative of that story. The way in which I have visualized it. This is oil, pure oil on canvas. okay? And then you have all the ritual of coming and all of that. Okay? So this is it. But also, we're also informed of the ascension. You know, we shall pada. So you see? So for me this is the chariot. The chariot that took Oduduwa to the heavens, you know. That's what we're told. But that's what I see in my vision, you know, of the ascension, you know. So you can look at all the different elements that are associated with it, in terms of colors, in terms of the language, the form, the tone, okay? And that's Oduduwa in ascension, okay? Okay? But in the chariots, but you have all some of these stories in the Bible, Elijah and Enoch going back to heaven. Okay? But we also have it in our own tradition, you know, which is before Christianity and all of those. You know. So this is from the primordial times. That is by Washe. Okingba Christian, you know, nígbà tó ẹ̀yìn ìgbà tí gbogbo lè ṣẹlẹ̀ làwọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí operate so the 20-year ban. Okay. Now this one here is white, which is actually emblematic. It's emblematic of Ọranmiyan, Baba Ife, and also Obatala, you know, from Lasso Orisha. Alamo Imbolona, you know. But man, you know, it's the act divinity of all the deities of Obatala. So with a lot of patience, it's the most rational, only Surudu, rational of all the Orishas. Okay? But that's all funny. Láti ìgbà tá a ti gbọ́ pé Olódùmarè ní kí ó lọ máa mọ àwọn èèyàn nínú pẹ̀lú erùpẹ̀. Nígbà tó wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí mọ wọn, he started to mold human beings in clay. You know? He then, you know, but before he went there, he partook in some palm wine. You know, Babawa was distracted. He was distracted by the tree, by the palm wine tree. So he had a drink from the palm wine tree. So ngati Ọbàtálá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí mọ àwọn èèyàn tó Olódùmarè ní kó mọ àwọn èèyàn yẹn, wọn wá bára wọn mọ́. Omi orí á tóbi ju bó ṣe yẹ kó rí, ẹsẹ̀ á tóbi ju imú á tóbi, you know, ẹsẹ̀ á kéré, you know, ọwọ́ á gùn. So they were all distorted. They were all out of proportion. Wọn bára wọn mú, okay? So láti gbà nígbà tó wá wọn kan gbà tí Olódùmarè wá mí ní sísí, when these sculptures they became animated. Olódùmarè fi ìmí sí vital life force, see, you know. Ó wá di pé àwọn kìíní omi ẹsẹ̀ kúrú, omi ẹsẹ̀ gùn, orí gùn, ọwọ́ kéré, kò yé báyìí. So at the end of the day, ó wá decide lọ́jọ́ yẹn pé ṣóun ló ń ṣe irú nǹkan báyìí, I will not do this again. You know, he made sure that whenever he was engaged in any creative work, pé òun mọ́, so that kò ní wà intoxicated. Àwọn nǹkan tó ṣe ń wọ aṣọ funfun nìyẹn, àwọn tó Ọbàtálá ṣe ń wọ aṣọ funfun nìyẹn, you know. Òun dẹ̀ ní divinity, òun lórí àwọn òrìṣà, you know, art divinity of the pantheon, you know, in the Yoruba mythology. Okay? So this is what is emblematic of in terms of wisdom and profound peace of mind, you know, and longevity, you know, and rationale and logic. That's what it is all about. Ethics, about ethics. Yes? This is called, this is Oshun. Oshun emotion. Oshun is the only goddess, the only primordial goddess that came with all the other gods and goddesses, all the Irunmole that descended, in the beginning of time. Oshun was the primordial goddess, the only goddess. So in the Yoruba pantheon, Oshun is the only primordial goddess. Therefore, Oba Oranmiyan, the gods, which is Oshun. So anything unless the Balogbe, so very important. So is actually very important in terms of looking at Oshun as a goddess, okay? And she's a Yoruba goddess of love, the goddess of love, and she's supposed to love, children. So, and she provides children for those who cannot bear children, for the barren, Oshun, láti lọ tọrọ ọmọ, wọ́n believe pé ó máa fún wọn lọ́mọ. So ó like oyin àti gold, so wọ́n ní àwọn colours yellow yẹn, àwọn gold Ọ̀ṣun yẹn, and àwọn nǹkan tó ń wò ní àwọn ọmọ àtàwọn tó ń fẹ́ ìrànlọ́wọ́ láti ọ̀dọ̀ Ọ̀ṣun, so wọ́n máa mú oríṣiríṣi kan wá fún, so this is actually what is associated with when you go to the groove in Osogbo, where you have the domain of the goddess, Oshun, Oshun, Awede, Wemo, Oshun Shekeshe. So this is just an interpretation, my own interpretation of that goddess, okay, Oshun, which is a great treasure to have, There's more and more to come on Oshun, okay, but this is my own form of interpretation. And the fish, Apereja, which symbolizes fishes, like Eja, so Oluweri, Eye Odo. So that's that. Actually, this one was inspired by, and this is the medium of oil, and also textiles, whereby you see the image of Shango Olukoso Okoya Akata Yeri. Shango Olukoso Okoya Akata Yeri. Òrìṣà ńlá tí ń gbọ́dọ̀kọ̀ lẹ́rù, eégún ńlá tí ń yọ̀nà lẹ́nu, oníná máa ní Ṣàngó. So this is Ṣàngó, okay? Ṣàngó, the husband of Ọya. Ọya is also a deity in the Yoruba pantheon. Ọ̀kan jẹ́ ọ̀kan náà àwọn òrìṣà tó jẹ́ ìyàwó Ṣàngó. Ọ̀dà àwọn ọ̀tàn tó rọ̀ mọ́ bó ṣe di ìyàwó ẹ̀ pọ̀ gan-an, nítorí àwọn méjèèjì wọ́n máa ń dirun, Ọya máa ń dirun fún ọkọ ẹ̀, ọkọ máa ń dirun ní ó dẹ̀ máa ń múra bí obìnrin, so Ṣàngó dresses like a woman, so Ọya plait, is here, so and he's a performing artist. To man perform. you know, wọ́n máa ń kọrin, wọ́n máa ń jó, so wọ́n máa ń pidán, onídán ni Ṣàngó. So ó dẹ̀ máa ń dirun, ó dẹ̀ máa ń wọ skirt bí obìnrin, wọ́n máa ń pè ní wàbí gangan ṣe wọ́n. Àwọn plates of the skirt wọ́n ni wọ́n pè ní wàbí, àwọn náà lọ lẹ́yìn àwọn kìíní àwọn yẹ̀rí Ṣàngó. Okay, so and 201 ni wọ́n, 201, and àwọn ìtàn tó rọ̀ mọ́ ní pé ó gbà wọ́n lọ́dọ̀ àwọn corporation of the society of women ajes, àwọn ìyá wa ni wọ́n fún wọn ní àwọn kìíní wàbí yẹn ẹyọ kọ̀ọ̀kan, you know. So àwọn ìtàn tó rọ̀ mọ́ Ṣàngó ó rọ̀ mọ́ pé nǹkan kan wà tó jọ mọ́ àwọn obìnrin pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀, torí ó tún máa ń jókòó sórí odó. Instead of him to sit, instead of Ṣàngó to sit on a kind of throne in the palace, in the court of the king, he would sit on a matter. Odó táwọn obìnrin máa ń gbóná ní Ṣàngó máa ń jókòó sí, you know. And you know, the belief is that ibi bá jẹ́ ibi agbára, ó jẹ́ ibi agbára gidi gan fún Ṣàngó. It becomes a place of convergence, you know. Ìtagbára wà gan, bí èèyàn tó máa ń jó, tó bá dẹ̀ ti jókòó báyìí tó ti wọ ogun aṣọ báyìí, ó tún máa mú òṣè dání, èyí náà pè ní òṣè Ṣàngó. Òṣè Ṣàngó yìí is a double-edged axe that Ṣàngó holds. This is his axe that is known as òṣè. So it's emblematic of you know, the image of a woman tó ní ojú obìnrin. But àwọn òpó Ṣàngó ní àrá, boom, so this is what that represents. Ó represent òpó tí Ṣàngó tó máa ń àrá tó máa ń sán, òpó tó máa ń jáde lára rẹ̀, you know. So ara òṣè ló wà. So òṣè is an emblem of power. It's part of Ṣàngó's, you know, paraphernalia, nǹkan agbára, you know, it's an item of power. To máa fi control ara àti iná, when there is lightning and thunder, you know, this is what controls lightning and thunder. But also what to máa ìrùkẹ̀rẹ̀ also in Yoruba land is associated with the kings because he was also a king. But also all kings have Ile-Ife, and it's also a symbol of authority, you know, a symbol of power, you know, that is associated with the Yoruba kings and also the traditional chiefs. You know, but you know, this is something else. I'm Beni Shere. Shere ni is the god. Tí Ṣàngó máa ń mì, tó bá mì, àwọn kankan wà ní ẹ̀ tó máa ń kan ògiri inú kíní yẹn. They hit on the walls of the god, you know, and you know, it gives you hypnotizing sound. Ó máa hypnotize èèyàn. So ara nǹkan tí Ṣàngó máa fi hypnotize àwọn ọ̀tá ènìyàn. This is what Ṣàngó uses to hypnotize his enemies, the Shere. But you know, there's a very funny side to this because Shere was once the wife of Ṣàngó. Ìyàwó ló jẹ́ fún Ṣàngó, Shere, nígbà kan. So àwa gbọ́ pé obìnrin kan wá tọrọ ọmọ lọ́dọ̀ Ṣàngó. You know, so ńgbà t'Ọlọ́run wá fún lọ́mọ. Tọ́mọ wá di tiẹ̀ tó wá dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ṣàngó wá mú ẹran wá. Nígbà tó wá dé ọ̀dọ̀ Ṣàngó tó délé Ṣàngó tó dé shrine, when he got to the shrine of Ṣàngó, kò bá Ṣàngó ńlé, Shere ló bá. Shere dẹ̀ jẹ́ ìkan nínú àwọn ìyàwó ẹ̀ jẹ́ báyìí. So ó wá obìnrin yẹn ṣá gbẹran yẹn sílẹ̀, wọ́n ṣá pẹran yẹn ṣá, wọ́n ṣá jẹ́ wọ́n pin. Ó wá di pé Ṣàngó wá dé, ìyàwó ẹ̀ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ wá sọ fún pé obìnrin ìjọ sí yẹn ó wá fojú ìmoore hàn. He came to show her gratitude. She came to show her gratitude by bringing this goat, ẹran ẹ̀ tó mú wá láti fi sacrifice fún Ṣàngó. And so àwọn ti pa, they've killed the goat, they've sacrificed it, and they've distributed, they've eaten. Ṣàngó dùn wá ní okay, so ẹ ti sacrifice gbogbo Ṣàngó, gbogbo ẹran náà ẹ ti pín, ẹ ti jẹ, so ewu lẹ wá fi ilẹ̀ fún mi. Ìyàwó ẹ̀ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ wá ní when Ṣàngó asked whether they left anyone for him on the goat meat, the wife responded and said, it is finished. So tí wọ́n ti bí léèrè pé so apá ẹ̀ ń kọ́, Ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ wá dá lóhùn pé ó tán yányán, ó tán yányán, ó tán yányán. Okay, then he asked him that it means it's finished. Ó wá tún bí pé ẹsẹ̀ ẹran náà ń kọ́, what about the leg of the goat? And the wife said, Ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ responded and said, ó tán yányán. So he asked for all these things and they were all finished. So Oba responded, ó tán yányán ló dífá fún Ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ tí ń ṣe gbájú Ṣàngó. That means, that's the actual Ife that is, Odu that is associated with this story of Ṣẹ̀rẹ̀. That's how he sent Ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ away. He was angry, but somehow he kept the memory of Ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ here. Bí ìrántí ló jẹ́ ọkàn ìyàwó ẹ̀ kan Ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ ló di God that he uses in hypnotizing people, so it becomes very important. So there are so many stories associated with this. We will come back to the importance of Bada also.
Mada
alapa òkú ọmọ ẹja. Èrò ìkó èrò ọ̀fà. Ẹwà bá ní ní màrin ọmọ. Ẹwà bá ní ní màrin ọmọ. Wálé, ó ti ń bọ̀ wálé, ẹ̀yìn àbọ́là. Ó ń bọ̀ wálé, ó ti ń bọ̀ wálé, ó ẹ̀yìn àbọ́là. Funfun ni, funfun mà ní aṣọ òrìṣà. Àlàmọ̀ yìí ń bọ̀ lọ́nà, àlàmọ̀ yìí ń bọ̀ lọ́nà. Òrìṣà ńlá Ọbàtálá yìí ń bọ̀ lọ́nà. Funfun mà ní. Funfun mà ní aṣọ òrìṣà. Àlàmọ̀ yìí ń bọ̀ lọ́nà. Funfun mà ní. Ó ti ń bọ̀ wálé. Ó ti ń bọ̀ wálé, ẹ̀yìn àbọ́là, Ọbàtálá, Ọbàtásà, ọba takuntakun lóde ìrìnjẹ́. Ó ti ń bọ̀ wálé, ẹ̀yìn àbọ́là. Funfun máa ní aṣọ òrìṣà. Funfun máa ní aṣọ òrìṣà. Àlàmọ̀ yìí ń bọ̀ lọ́nà, òrìṣà ńlá. Ọbàtálá yìí ń bọ̀. Funfun mà ní, funfun mà ní aṣọ òrìṣà. Funfun mà ní, aṣọ òrìṣà. Àlàmọ̀ yìí ń bọ̀ lọ́nà. Òrìṣà Ọbàtálá yìí ń bọ̀ lọ́nà.